What's up guys, it's James here, and in today's video, we're gonna talk about the #1 best way to get leads for Airbnb management. You know, having done this for years now, having run my own management company, built it from the ground up, managing other people's properties on Airbnb, and now have the privilege, the honor of being able to work with over 550 students, helping them to build their own successful Airbnb management companies. I have seen all kinds of different markets, all kinds of different property owners, all kinds of different prospective clients, all kinds of different people I've worked with to help them grow this business. And I've seen time and time and time again that there's one, and really two, I'm gonna give you a bonus one, a second method for generating new clients that work incredibly well, especially when you're first getting started. There's actually a third method that works even better once you've already got the first few in your pocket, you got the first few under management. I'm gonna share all that with you in this video. So stay tuned for that. Now, before we dive into it in detail, I wanna let you guys know there is a link in the description down below that you're absolutely gonna wanna check out. If you're looking to get leads for your property management company, if you are looking to build a property management business and manage other people's properties on Airbnb, and you're wondering, hey, how do I get that first client? How do I generate new leads and grow this business? You are not gonna wanna miss the training that's linked in the description down below. Just scroll down, find the training in the description. There's a link to it for how to earn a full-time income managing other people's properties on Airbnb. Make sure you open that tab up, make sure you go ahead and register, put in your name and your info, select the time that works best for you and register for that training. I promise you, you will not regret it. That's an in-depth training that walks through all the steps that I took to grow this business for the ground up, generate leads, get clients under management, everything. Started this business from scratch and built it from the ground up. And I've put together this training after years of experience, literally thousands of hours put into this business and this business model. And I've broken down, distilled everything that you're gonna need, all the steps you're gonna need to take to get to 6 figures and beyond managing other people's properties on Airbnb. So I highly recommend that you check that out in the description down below. It's the training there down below, completely free, how to earn a full-time income managing other people's properties on Airbnb. And that's how to do it without having to buy, rent, or furnish any property. So you're managing them for other people. Again, check it out, description down below. Now, let's talk about leads. Let's talk about what you're here on this video for. How to get leads for your property management business or for your short-term rental management business. You want to manage other people's properties on Airbnb and you want to get the leads for it. So in my experience, there's one really fantastic way when you're first starting out. There's a second way that works really well also early on. And there's a third way that works exceptionally well and really catapults things to the next level once you get to about 3 to 5 properties that you have under management. It doesn't work great right off the bat, but it does work really well a little bit later on. So let's start off talking about the #1 way to get leads for your property management business when you're first starting out. Now, this is a method that I use called short-term rental direct outreach. That's what I've coined it as. And basically what this is finding property owners that already have their properties listed on short-term rental platforms. So they already have their properties listed on sites like Airbnb, VRBO, HomeAway, Booking.com, and reaching out directly to them and offering to manage their property for them. Now, there's a specific route to do this. We've got everything from messaging templates, we've got a whole workflow, we've got ways to actually find these people and actually message them, because as a lot of you guys know, you can't message them oftentimes directly through the platform. Airbnb, for example, you can't send a host a message just soliciting to them at random, because you're gonna get your account blocked on Airbnb for doing that. So there's a specific method that we use. Again, we talk more about that in the training linked down below in the description. So check that out if you want more of the details, the workflow, the messaging templates, all that kind of stuff. But that's the #1 method that I've used that has been really successful. I've taught it to all my students and it's been really effective and successful for them. With some of my students that I work with, even getting 3, 4, 5 clients really quickly. I actually just had a student, Aaron, who picked up, I think it was 5 properties all at once after about 2 weeks of using this method. He picked up 5 properties. So that's a pretty great way to start your business off, is to go from 0 right to 5 properties. That's a huge success. So that's the #1 way when you're first starting out. There is another method that's in close second place, and this is called long-term rental direct outreach. It's a little bit trickier, but it's still very effective. So basically it's the same type of system where you're finding properties, but instead of finding them that are listed on short-term rental websites, you're finding properties that are listed for rent on long-term rental websites. So this is going to be things like Craigslist or Kijiji or Gumtree, depending on where you're located in the world. And you're going and finding places that have their properties up for rent, and you're going to go and reach out to them and offer them the opportunity to bring that property onto short-term rental and earn a whole lot more money than what they're looking for in rent. So this is a really good opportunity. Now, like I said, it is a little bit trickier because there's a little bit more of a sell with this. With short-term rental properties, they're already sold on short-term rental. So you just have to sell them on the opportunity of having you manage the property for them. And again, that's something that requires the right templates, the right messaging. We really work hard on refining our messaging so it really resonates strongly and gets incredible conversion rates. But then with long-term rental direct outreach, you need to convert them, you need to kind of sell them on the idea of transitioning from long-term rental over to short-term rental, and of the idea of having you manage the property. Now, when you get your messaging dialed in and you get that really refined and dialed in, this can be absolute gasoline on a fire. This can work really, really well. So if you have the systems in place, that method can work really, really well also. And it also just exposes you to even more leads, even more potential clients. So that can work really, really well. And I've seen both of these methods work really well in all kinds of different markets, whether they're rural, whether they're urban, big city, small town, even places that you wouldn't expect that have very low traffic for Airbnb or short-term rentals or don't have a lot of long-term rentals available. I've seen it work in just about every different market. It's really just about having the right strategy and having the right messaging, which is something, again, that we cover in great detail in the video, in the training that's linked in the description down below. Now, those are the two that I mentioned work really, really well when you're first getting started, because reaching out to clients is really effective when you first get started. And we use a method that has us reaching out to them and then converting that outbound into inbound, because the goal is always to have clients reaching out to us. That's where we get to really kind of steer the ship, so to speak, gives us a lot more authority, gives us a lot more of an ability to bring that property on our management. So we use a method that turns that outbound into inbound. Now, the other method, the third method that I mentioned that works really well once you get to about 3 to 5 properties, is doing exactly that. We have a specific set of strategies that we use to generate referrals and networking leads that works incredibly well. So well, in fact, that I don't think I have a single student I work with who's got over 10 properties under management and doesn't constantly have 3 to 5 to even 10 property owners that are looking to work with them in any given month. This is an incredible way to grow your business because it's completely hands off. Like, so many of the students I work with that have got their business to 5, 10, 15 properties really just don't have to work at lead generation anymore. They have so many clients coming to them that they can't even keep up with that. And that's by having the right set of tools, the right set of strategies to really maximize your referrals and your networking leads coming in. This is from property owners you already work with that have more properties they want you to manage, or they connect you with someone else, someone in their network, or you connect with another person through a friend of a friend, some kind of connection where they just hear, hey, this is what this person's doing, they're doing so-and-so, and you really have to have your offer, your what you do, your little statement of like, this is what I do, this is who I do it for, really dialed in, and that's where this really works well. Because the idea is that when someone hears, when one of your clients tells one of their buddies, hey, so-and-so is doing this for me, you want to be absolute music to their ears. If you really nail that and dial it in, then they're gonna be calling you off the hook and they're gonna really want to work with you. And they're already basically sold. They just want to know when they can get started working with you. Now, this is probably the best way to grow your business long-term because it, number one, is just compounds over and over again. The more clients you get, the more referrals you get. The more referrals you get, the more clients you get. The more clients you get, the more referrals you get. So it's a really great flywheel to have acting in your business in a really positive direction. And it's completely hands off. It doesn't rely on you doing outreach. It doesn't rely on you putting in time and energy into it. So your business can really start to grow on its own, take on that life of its own. So again, all the exact workflows, methods for this, all the exact strategies are covered in depth in the training that's linked in the description down below. I just want to share with you the 3, I knew I gave you one, but I try to over deliver here. I wanted to give you 3 of the top ways that I've found and that my students have found to generate leads for their businesses, managing other people's properties on Airbnb. Again, this is an incredible business to get started. So if you want to do so, if you want to learn the exact step-by-step strategy that I use to go from 0 to 6 figures, managing other people's properties on Airbnb within 12 months, then check the link in the description down below and register for that training before it's too late. Now, if you got value from this video, if this is insightful, if this sheds some light on a question that you've been wondering about for a while, please take a second and just hit that like button, give this video a thumbs up. It really does help me out a lot with YouTube's algorithm. I really want to grow this channel and help this to reach more people. So please give me a thumbs up on the video. It helps me out tremendously to that effort. And last but not least, I know a lot of you guys here are watching this video and you are not subscribed. So make sure you just scroll down a little, or even, you probably don't even have to. You probably just look down a little bit, bottom right corner, bottom left corner, depending on what you're watching on, where you're looking. Hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit it because we're growing this channel really quickly. I want you to be part of our family here. We've got 2 new videos that come out every single week, Tuesday and Thursday morning. So make sure you check back here. Make sure you stay subscribed so you can keep up to date with the channel and get more of the content we're putting out. All that said, I hope you really enjoyed this video. I hope it was valuable to you. I hope it helps you in your journey to grow your business, and I will see you in the next one.